Still on how to resolve the crisis looming in Nigeria's Supreme Court, Professor Itse Sagay, in a chat with Sam Omatseye, reacted to the ongoing spat between 14 justices of the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad.
The accusation, which is unprecedented, of 15, or is it 14? 14 justices accusing the Chief Justice virtually of corruption, of lack of transparency. These are models of justice, accusing the #1 citizen of justice of fraud.
I don't want to give any direct response to that question, but there is a deep, deep-rooted problem of the Supreme Court, in the Supreme Court. This is just a symptom of a major, very deep-rooted problem. If you look in the past 5 years, strange decisions, judgments have been given by that court. Lawyers who openly bribed judges and were sanctioned by the NBA and then sentenced by High Court, confirmed by Court of Appeal, have been released by the Supreme Court. Governors who have been tried for over 12 years, found guilty of misappropriation of funds, have been released by the Supreme Court. So many other things like that have happened, which have created a great setback in the fight against corruption. So there's a problem somewhere, but I'm not going to come out to say everything that I know about it, because I think there needs to be a concerted action by all arms of government to solve the major problem that we are now having in the Supreme Court. That's why I mentioned the glorious years, the golden age, when I mentioned those names, Esho and Co.
Yes.
You can't compare the two.
But that happened under the military.
And it happened under the military. You cannot compare the two. And I have said again and again and again in my writings, in my statements to this Supreme Court, that they need to go back to the golden age of the Supreme Court. And this has been ignored. I'm like an enemy. Nobody wants to talk to me. A former student of mine in the Supreme Court stopped taking my calls. Because all of them, they're about, 15, 20 years my junior. Yeah. Many of them, my former students. But nobody hears or wants to listen to what I'm saying.
But there are two ironies here. One is that the former Supreme Court Justice, Onogo,
yes,
when the matter happened, the executive branch pounced on it.
Yes.
Why is there silence?
About the present?
About the present. There's a sense that there's no fairness.
You have a point. You have a point that there should be no silence. That the Attorney General really ought to be doing his work, going through all the issues happening in the Supreme Court and try to straighten things out, and not simply sit back. I put the fault for what's going on now fully at the doorstep of the Attorney General.
The Attorney General once said that if they go into the NJC, that it would be really terrible if they do the audit of the NJC. He said it. But that's all he has done. He has not gone, he has the powers
exactly
to
investigate.
To trigger it.
Yes,
trigger the
absolutely.
Yes.
And he has the powers to clean up the judicial system. He has the powers to do so.
So is it that what is good for Onege or what is bad for Onoge should not be bad for Tanko?
I pray that it should not be so. Justice should not have a double face.
The other irony, too, is that justices have been accused of being corrupt
Yes.
It's justices now that are accusing one of the others
Yes.
of being corrupt.
That's why I told you this one is just it's a tip. It's a huge problem, a very huge problem that one cannot openly talk about on a television broadcast.
A son, a very prominent lawyer, told me yesterday that the situation is so horrible that we are finished. That was the expression he used. Do you think it's that bad?
It's that bad. It's that bad.
He told me. He said it's one of those involved in trying to broker peace, but that the whole place is a mess.
You see, the body of benchers are saying all they want to do is to paper over the rot. That's all they're going to do. They're going to paper. The people in the body of benchers who are the lawyers there themselves are part of all the jolly. You know, it is not right for lawyers to get to a stage that they are all eating at the same table with judges. They are on first name terms. They are like brothers. Yeah. They laugh and joke together. It's not good.
Not good.
Because when it comes to the time for justice to be done, that judge cannot look you in the eye and do justice anymore because you are one. The measure that I've seen in the relationship between some top lawyers, influential lawyers, many of them in the body of benchers, and with the judiciary, it's too much. The embrace is too much. There should be a little space between them. Otherwise, justice will not be done.
Some people have said there should be difference between
and chairman of NJC. Absolutely. And the chairman should be a retired judge.
Retired judge. You see, this is one of the incidents that make this necessary.
Yes. And in England, the chairman of the equivalent of the NJC is not a lawyer.
Not a lawyer.
It's a private individual, not a lawyer. That's how independent and detached the British want it to be.
Do you think there will be a way out?
There will be. There will be.
You're optimistic?
Yes, I am. I mean, it's got so bad that there's no way it will not be tackled at a certain stage.
It has to be tackled by somebody who is interested in tackling it.
Yes.
When there's silence, although we know that the Senate Committee on Judiciary says it is stepping in, do you think that is sufficient?
Well, it depends on what they do. You see, if you step in just to bring the parties together,
it doesn't solve it.
Then all you have done, in fact, is to promote the problem. A stepping in must be one that inquires into the rot that has gone on and follow it with steps to clean up whatever mess there is. That's the only way.
The Chief Justice said that this is not that justice are supposed to be seen and not to be heard. Mm-hmm. Is that the right way to respond to what is going on?
And he is right. That is that's the culture of the judiciary. You do not air your disputes in public. To that extent, he's right. But when, as they themselves said, we go to you, we complain to you, and you do nothing, we are now compelled to come out with our, objection, with our complaints. So to maintain that system, you have to be responsive. You have to have a listening ear and an acting spirit. And this is what was probably missing that compelled them to come out. But they themselves who have come out are not perfect. I think that's the point for the whole country to know. The CJ should not be the sole signature of eyes. It's the whole, all of them.
Do you get a situation that the CJ is going to act like a snail to the wall and strike back? Because those people, he may use his people. Yes. He may use his people to strike back and start picking them one by one and say, you did this, you did this. Maybe we need that so that everything will come to the...
I doubt it, but anything is possible, but I doubt it.